know I'm about to go in. Told me that I couldn't do it, but I gotta bring it back, so they're really on with it. Let's go. Tell me where you're from, where you stay. Now I keep it lit from the coast to the bay. Peace on the right.
If you guys are sick of wasting money on packs, go check out my sponsor. They offer the cheapest and most reliable way to buy coins straight from the source. Use code MAZE at checkout for 15% off your entire order.
Welcome back to the channel, boys. Hope everybody's having a fantastic day. And back by popular demand, we got another Weekend League recap. I'm actually not going to spend that much time on the intro because there's not much to say. So we're just going to hop into best and worst comment and then get into the gameplay. To start with the best comment of the day, comes from Ocean Titan, who said, Maze is the guy who goes to high school football games for the cheerleaders. And the worst comment of the day comes from Jay Smith, who said, thought I was running with Jones, psych, let her rip tater chip. Here is the team we were rocking with last weekend, and since this was recorded, we've actually changed to a 50 of 50 Raiders theme team and have made a few changes on the offense and defense. We've got some corner upgrades, we got a new quarterback, we got some new receivers, and overall, I'm loving the new team, but this is what we were rocking with at the time of Weekend League last weekend. It's no secret my favorite player is Darren Waller. I would suck that man, and we are 12-3 at the time of our first Hell game. We lost a couple games early, so we are having to fight, and these next few games are going to be must-win if we want to stay on track for top 100. So we're starting off on the defensive side of the ball, running a cover 2 style defense. He tries to test us deep early, and Ed Reed lets the ball just bounce off his hands. He was in perfect position, perfect defense. Unfortunately, we just don't get the interception, and in typical Madden fashion, when you get cheated one play, you're going to get dotted the next. That's just how the game is coded. You know, I don't make the fucking game, but it's incredibly frustrating when stuff like that happens. But now 2nd and 7, we get the big sack. We put him in a 3rd and long, and now we have an opportunity to maybe get a stop, something that is very elusive this year, and he tests us up top again. This time, we don't have Ed Reed there. We got whoever 23 is. I think that was Murphy Bunting, and he's just too slow. So Murphy Bunting obviously got cut from the team after this weekend.
Whoa, hey. Know your fucking place, trash.
And we got a couple better safeties to replace him. So hopefully we're not going to be getting burned up the sideline anymore after this weekend. But we got to deal with Murphy Bunting for now. That was an incredibly risky crossbody throw. We end up completing it, and a couple missed tackles take Devin Hester inside the 5-yard line down to the 2. From here, we're in pistol. We're going to hand it off to big boy George Kittle, who walks into the end zone to tie up the game. So now it's 7-7. It's U-Trips against U-Trips, by the way. I don't know if anybody's noticed this guy is running U-Trips as well, and he is continually dotting us on this post route. That is Roy Williams who's getting open. It looks like my opponent's running a Lions theme team, so I think Roy Williams has 95 or 96 speed, and that's been his main target by far. You see he's throwing it to Roy Williams once again on a post route, and so hopefully as this game goes on, I'm going to be able to diagnose that and honestly just start using him, because that's been his read pretty much every time he's gotten a big gain. A nice throw to the sideline, he gets a touchdown, but take a look at the player right underneath the S. That is supposed to be a curl flat, which I would hope would play more towards the sideline.
Know your fucking place, trash.
But a curl flat for some reason playing inside the numbers. I don't really understand zones this year. Sometimes they play inside the numbers, sometimes they play the sideline. It just doesn't really make sense, and you know, gotta live with it. Go back on the offensive side of the ball. You saw we hit a post route of our own. Now we're across midfield at the 37-yard line, tinkering on field goal range. We see circle open on the hitch. We throw the high pass. Now, that is something I've been practicing quite a lot, because in this new offense, I do throw a lot of curl routes, a lot of hitches, and sometimes there's players underneath, and you're unsure of whether or not you can get the ball over that player's head. A lot of times, a high pass is going to do the trick, and honestly, it looks really impressive. When you throw that high pass over someone's head and you get the dot, it feels so good. Almost as good as trucking motherfuckers with Darren Waller's thick ass. As you saw, he gets a huge gain on a short little pass, and that's why I love Darren Waller so much, is that after-catch ability. Once again, the high pass on a curl route, just looking so nice, and of course, Darren Waller trucking people once again. So now we got a fresh set of downs inside the red zone, and we are continuing to pass out of U-Trips. A low pass over the middle is intercepted in a way that I've never really seen. This looked like an inside 3rd and somehow drove down on the post and dove to catch a low ball in front of my receiver. I've never really seen that happen in this game, and that just, I think, is another testament to show how inconsistent zones and pretty much everything else in this game can be. But now it's my opponent's ball once again after that red zone turnover. He takes a shot deep down the right sideline, and once again, Ed Reed drops the interception. That is the 2nd or 3rd time that's happened this game, and drop picks, just another thing added to the list of complaints for Madden 22. Thankfully, on second down, we get a sack and put him in a 3rd and long. He gets about half of it back and makes it a 4th and 11. And this is a huge down right here as we actually play really nice defense. He throws it up into coverage, and we swat the ball away. It looked like for a second he was going to catch it. I'm very, very grateful he didn't. And with that 4 and out, it's our ball once again in the red zone, and we kind of just undid the turnover we had a few plays ago. This time, we're hoping to play a little smarter, not do anything stupid, as I shovel pass to Darren Waller right in the face of pressure. That was incredibly stupid. And now on 3rd and goal, we're looking to pass out a pistol, and another super risky pass. This time actually pays off, and the low ball gets caught and not intercepted. So with that pass, we go up 7 points. My opponent taking another shot on this cover 2, and Galloway toasts my man Murphy Bunting. I already told you guys this game, Murphy Bunting's got to go. Ed Reed in a cover 2 covers the other sideline pretty well, but Murphy Bunting is definitely a liability. And I think it's a combination of a lack of zone coverage and speed. It's a little bit of both. And so we definitely replaced him, and we got Sean Taylor there now on our new team. But as you guys can see, it's tied up 21-21. 2:30 left in the game. It's our ball, and we are now running an ace slot. We're just toting on him. He's unable to stop this run, and so we're going to take as much clock off as we can. Hopefully get down to the point where you can't answer and get 7 points. That is definitely the goal here. But on 3rd and goal from the inch line, we get stuffed. So now we got a tough decision. On a 4th and goal, we go for it again, and Daniel Jones gets stuffed once again. Stuffed like a turkey or some shit. I don't know, man. Now it's my opponent's ball. 30 seconds on the clock. And it doesn't even matter if we scored because he just ran out the back of the end zone. Taking another ultra slow-mo look. You see Danny Dimes in his 3-step drop just stepped right out the back of the end zone. Gave us the 2 points and the ball back with 30 seconds. And my opponent quit out. So that wasn't the way we wanted to win. But, you know, a win is a win. And I'm not complaining. So our record is 16-3 heading into this next hell game. And we match up with the Demon Philly. And if you were in the chat at this time, you know it's hashtag fuck Philly for life. 100%, absolutely, unequivocally, categorically, fuck this guy. I'm just kidding. This guy is a long-term supporter of the channel, which is why I'm being so hard on him. But we ended up matching up in a weekend league. This guy's an absolute demon as we get a huge interception right there. I think on the weekend he went 22-3 or 23-2. Something like that. He ranked in the top 10, and so this guy I knew from the start was going to be a hell game. I was a little annoyed that we even matched up because he was in the chat, so it's like, come on, Philly, we don't need to do this to each other, but we did match up, so we're going to have to try our best to give him an L. So we did get the interception. It is our ball now, and we have been driving a little bit. So things are looking pretty good for us. We got a little bit of an advantage as we come towards the end of the first quarter here. Another dot on the curl route gets us inside the red zone. I guess not technically the red zone yet, but we're at the 31-yard line, and with that throw to Reggie Bush out of the backfield, now we officially are in the red zone. We take a couple big sacks, get caught in a 3rd and 21. However, I saw something I liked. We throw the running back wheel up the sideline, and we actually end up scoring instead of having to settle for 3. And honestly, plays like that are what will win you games in Madden 22. The difference between 7 and 3 is so huge this year, especially because defense is the way it is. But the 2-minute warning has now hit. We are up 7-0, and as you can see, Philly is hitting me with the runs. He is just handing off the ball. I think it's in just a regular inside zone out of trips, and he's gashing me every time. He's getting 10+ yards each time he runs it, and just like that, he's in field goal range. There's only a minute left in the half. He's already in field goal range, and he's looking to make it a touchdown. As he throws it to circle a little bit too early, we end up coming down with yet another interception. And while he's not making the best reads, I do think these interceptions are pretty lucky because a lot of times in those 2-man situations, you don't come down with the catch. A lot of times it's just a dropped pick. And so the fact that we've come down with 2 interceptions now, I think is very fortunate. We're able to get down at the end of half, get 3 points, and go up 2 possessions. So going into the second half, we are now up 10-0 with the ball. And I'm in a slot, so I thought he was assuming I was going to run the ball. We go with the 1-play touchdown. We get the look we want. And somehow Ed Reed is able to make the play on that. And we're going to look back at this in slow-mo and also look at it at the end of the game. But this play right here, I am just shocked, did not result in a touchdown. Because if you look, we did get the look we wanted. It was a cover 3. We had our post crossing the face of the safety. He was already past the safety when we decided to throw it, but somehow the safety was able to make a play on that ball. I was really shocked by that. And again, like I said earlier, those plays win or lose you the game. Plays like that lose you the game. Because as you can see, Philly drove down and got 7 points very quickly. And now it's our ball again, this time only up by 3 points. So right here, the priority is obviously to get 7 points, make it a 2-possession game once again. And if we can do that, we're going to be looking pretty good because the defense hasn't looked horrible this game. And I think, again, if we go up by 2 possessions late in the third quarter, early in the fourth quarter, this game is as good as over. So now we're at the 32-yard line. We see our corner route. We hit it on the sideline. Shipley toe tap into the 14. And from here, we take a big sack and get faced with a 3rd and 23. So this is actually a huge play because, like I said, we do need the touchdown, and we actually had the crosser that would have been open, but I honestly had a horrible route combo on the field. I had my running back wheel heading to the same area that the crosser was, and that just added a lot of congestion. Just bad spacing, bad play call by my end, and now we're in a little bit of a precarious situation. Up 6 points, 2:50 left in the game. We almost get a pick right there. That would have been game-changing if we did, but now 4th down. We need to get off the field because we're only up by 6. So we run a pretty aggressive blitz right here. We run to the one curl route. He ends up throwing the other curl route. Great play design by him and a good conversion. And now as a 2-minute warning is hit, it's looking like this is going to be the last possession of the game. He's chewing down this clock, running the ball a little bit more, and now there's only a minute left in the game. So he's at the 40-yard line, steadily getting yards one after the other, and now he's in the red zone, and he's still chewing down this clock. So we got about 30 seconds left on the clock. He's looking for this corner route deep in the corner of the end zone. Honestly, a very risky throw from him. I thought that could have been picked if it was tipped in the right direction. But now with 30 seconds left, it's looking like he's going to hit this post route to the tight end. Ed Reed just not quite fast enough, and now he's inside the 10-yard line. So honestly, he has played the clock very much to his advantage. He has all 3 timeouts still. I'm at this point going to start burning my timeouts to hopefully save a little bit of clock in case he does score. We stop the run on 1st and 2nd down, and on 3rd and goal, it looks like he's going to pass here. Throws the running back wheel, and I'm a little frustrated by this because I did have a vert hook that was set right there, but it was sucked in by a slant route. So that was kind of the nail in the coffin. We're now down by 1 point, only 10 seconds on the clock. We hit a little wheel route at first, but with only 5 seconds left, it wasn't really enough time to get in field goal range. So it is a very tough L for us. Watch this. It's a one-play touchdown. See this? I pass this out to the left. How is this not a touchdown? How is this not a touchdown? So our next hell game came in the game directly after that loss. And honestly, when you come out of a hell game, especially ones you lose, you might think you're a bit demoralized. You might think you're not as focused. But I flushed that last game and I was ready to rock in this one. Ready to go, baby. Starting off on the defensive side of the ball. As you can see, my opponent just threaded the needle and converted a 3rd and inches. Now giving the ball at the 39-yard line and dropping back with Danny Dimes once again. He fires it at my user just out of bounds though, so he didn't come down with the interception. And now he's faced with another 3rd and short. He drops back again. We had some pressure in there, but Reeve is just not big enough to make a play. And I got to say, that happens all too often with him. I don't know what it is. It just seems like he's out of reach a little bit too often. But once again, another player that has been replaced on my team thus far, so it doesn't really matter that much. On my next drive, I see he was pressing Galloway, who has 95 speed, and I let the cannon loose, and we hit him deep. And with a quick score back, we tied up the game, now 7-7. And it's my opponent's ball once again with an opportunity for us to get a stop. We ran a little bit of man coverage mixed in with zone and ended up getting a big sack. Now he's faced with a 2nd and 21, and Danny Dimes going to give a play action, looking for a receiver once again. And this time, he actually nails us deep on the one-play score. That was actually a really great play by him to split my cover 2. And thankfully, we were able to run him down and prevent the touchdown. But now it's his ball 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. Danny Dimes dropping back once again, looking for a receiver, but we got some pretty good coverage on the field. He decides to use his legs. And honestly, I used to criticize the fact that Danny Dimes could run so well in this game. But after watching the Giants game on Thursday, Danny Dimes got some wheels, man. I don't know. We should start calling him Danny Vick. But with that score, it is now a 7-point deficit for us once again. And he tries to press Galloway again. Galloway this time doesn't score. He gets another 65-yard gain as we are now inside the 15, looking to tie up the game. We run a little curl play, low pass, barely squeezes in there, and we get the touchdown to tie up the game once again. 55 seconds left on the clock. My opponent now has the ball tied up, and he is looking for another quick score, going deep down the middle once again. This time, he didn't wait long enough. It gets ripped out of the hands of Roy Williams and intercepted by Trayvon Merrick, who gives us the ball with 40 seconds and maybe an opportunity to get a lead. Our primary focus here on this drive is to get 3 points. You know, save our timeouts where we can, get out of bounds. Good job right there. But if we get 3 points, we're going to be up, getting the ball back in the second half. And if we get 7 coming out of half, that's now a 2-possession game. We can pretty much say GG's. Danny Vick taking off, getting us inside field goal range. Now 11 seconds left in the half, and all we need is one more dot to make it a comfortable field goal. And a pass to Galloway right there gets us in field goal range with 3 seconds left. The kick is up and very easily good. And now we have a 17-14 lead heading into the second half. We also now are starting with the ball in the second half, and he pressed Galloway once again. Part of me really wanted to throw it, but I decided not to. I ended up hitting my curl route to Devin Hester, which gets us a first down and keeps the drive alive. No need to take unnecessary risks when you have a lead. So once again, we're checking it down to Shipley, who actually hits the seam, and it looked like he was going to take it all the way. We got ran down by Sean Taylor, but he puts us inside opponent territory at the 31.
I'm legally blind.
No excuses there, just a bad read. Solid user by him. We tried to throw the post over the middle, and not only did we make the bad read, but we had a horrible display of tackling as our advantage we had in that game just disappears in the blink of an eye. We were up 3 points with the ball, about to score. Now we're down 4, starting a brand new drive. But apparently my opponent has not learned not to press Galloway, because I have hit that streak now 3 times, and that puts us right back in the mix, right back inside the 10, and now we are about to score once again. Looking at X, it looks like he was wide open, but a diving play from the cornerback swats the ball away, and we're forced to settle for 3. Told you guys in the last game that these plays right there really win and lose you the game. So right there, not getting 7 really hurts me, because my opponent, if he goes down and gets 7 himself, puts me in a position where it's almost impossible for me to win. Well, not impossible, but he'd be up by 8 points, so that's not very good. But he's looking to drive here. He sees a wide open crosser, gets behind my quarter. That is something that really sucks this year, is that those quarters do give up crossers behind them quite often. And just like that, he's in scoring range. So we really, really need to stop right here inside the 10-yard line. And his underthrown pass is exactly what we needed to get back in this game. So now it's our ball, only down 1. I think his receiver hit the back of the end zone or something. I'm not really sure what happened there, but our guy ends up getting the play. And now with 2:50 left in the game, we're only down by 1. We only need a field goal. And the way we've been playing offense, that is very doable. He runs a cover 2. We had the 1-play touchdown, but I make a horrible read. I throw it up to my receiver, and it gets intercepted. Thankfully, his user clicked on and actually hit my receiver, which constituted as pass interference. But if you look at that streak right there, a pass lead to the inside to R1 would have been a touchdown, but this is actually even better, because now we can actually milk the rest of this clock, take our 3, and get the win. So a little first down right there. You see he's starting to use his timeouts. Only 45 seconds on the clock now. I'm actually trying to go down right after the first down, but it didn't work out. We ended up scoring. We didn't get the 2-point conversion. And so it's a 5-point game now with 37 seconds. He's got 2 timeouts, and this is the money drive. This is the final drive of the game, and it all comes down to this. 2nd and 4 now. He's trying to hit this crosser. It gets behind my flat. He throws it late, and a great click on and swerve from him puts him at the 29-yard line with just under 30 seconds to go in this game. Once again, looking for the corner route, and Montez Sweat on the D-line gets quadruple teamed off the snap, somehow lights up, splits the blocks, gets the sack. That's going to force him to burn his last time out, and that was really what we were looking for, because now he almost has to attack the sidelines. He can't really afford to get caught inbounds with 15 seconds left. 1 tackle inbounds and the game's over. So I decided to send the pressure at him. He throws it to the running back. We click on. He tries to go out of bounds. We get the tackle, and that is going to run out the rest of the clock. So a huge tackle right there from our cornerback is what gives us the victory there. And now with the record of 19-5, we are heading into our final game. And this one really is going to determine where we rank in the top 100. Because I do think 19 wins actually qualifies for top 100 this year. But we would like to improve our standing and get the win in this last game. So we are playing someone with TTV in his name. Looks like he's got a pretty good squad as well. He just fires one over our user on his first drive, getting across midfield to the 45-yard line. We send the house at him. We get the sack. We are in that ass.
We're in that ass.
Unfortunately, he follows it up with a dot to the sideline, getting back all the yardage he lost and then converting for the first down. So now he's at the 32-yard line. Danny Dimes hitting that corner route once again. This time we actually adjusted and put a zone drop there, but in typical Madden 22 fashion, he still got the completion. It doesn't matter if it's covered, throw it. Boom, baby! That is how you clean someone's clock. That's why they call us the clock cleaners. Let's take another look in ultra super slow-mo. Brian Dawkins coming down and absolutely cleaning that clock of LaDainian Tomlinson. And I gotta say, that was a dirty clock. It was about time it got cleaned. But now it's our ball, and we do something a little bit boneheaded. I don't really want to talk about it, but it puts us in a 4th and 13. Even though we're at our own 6-yard line, I am going to go for this. He runs with the crosser. We hit the in route right behind it and convert in beautiful fashion. So that does keep the drive alive, gives us a little bit of wiggle room. And now let's go down and get 7 points here, baby. 1st and 10. Looks like the crosser was going to get behind The cloud flat, I'm going to be completely honest. When I threw it, I thought that was going to get behind, but it didn't at all. And my opponent celebrated. And after that celebration, I kind of knew this guy is, we got to shit on him. Now it's his ball at the 5-yard line. We ran commit, of course, and he has the easy slant for a touchdown, giving us a 7-point deficit early as we head into the second quarter. This time we waited on that post route a little bit longer, and as you can see, it would have got behind. I just needed to wait. Patience is a virtue, as they say, and I should have waited earlier. Maybe we wouldn't have thrown the pick last time if we waited. We end up going for a 1-play touchdown. Looks like he's in a cover 2. Somehow Galloway on the post route gets open on the sideline late. We fire it, and we catch the touchdown, tying up the game. Now 3rd and inches for my opponent. That's a 0-yard hard flat from Darrell Revis. A great adjustment by us, and we're off to the races, baby. Getting the 7-point lead with 15 seconds left in the half, and do not forget that we are going to be getting the ball to start the second half. He's in a 4th and 8. He goes for it, which is extremely risky. We get the interception, but as we get up, too much time drips off the clock, and we're unable to do anything with the remaining 6 seconds. If I would have just swatted the ball, we would have been in field goal range already, and I could have kicked 3, going up by 2 possessions with the ball, but a little bit of boneheaded move by me, and we are walking away only up 7. Starting off the second half, I did throw a Stevie. As you can see, it looked like he was covering the hitch route, so I thought, okay, the post is going to get open behind. But I got lurked by a CPU. As I threw the ball, he ran back and intercepted the post route, which was very unfortunate, but honestly, I should have just waited a little bit longer before throwing the ball. And again, maybe if I had a little more patience, maybe I wouldn't have thrown the pick there. But we're only up by 7, and it's his ball inside the 10 now, and so if he scores, it's obviously going to be tied up. And this whole game, I just feel like we've been dominating, but somehow he's staying in this game, and he's at a point right now where he's about to tie it up. A pretty risky pass by him gets him inside the 5, and he's continuing to pass once again. And yes, I ran commit again. I'm just not expecting people to pass the ball from the 3-yard line. It just doesn't really make too much sense to me. But it's our ball again, all tied up 14-14 as we're late in the 3rd quarter. You can see a crosser on the sideline gets wide open for us for a huge gain and puts us in the red zone. And we follow it up with the pass and swerve from hell as Galloway toe taps in the back of the end zone, getting up the sideline against the cover 2 and securing that 7-point lead once again. So my opponent now in another position where he needs to go down, get 7, and he's starting it off right, hitting Kyle Pitts on a wheel route. Just like I hit the sideline against his cover 2, he did the exact same thing to me as he throws to the sideline once again. We barely miss the interception, and going into the 4th quarter, it's all tied up 21-21. Thankfully, it's our ball. Darren Waller catching an out route, getting to the outside and getting a huge gain. Not many broken tackles, but he actually had great blocking from his receivers on the outside, and we're in the red zone again. So far, it's just been an offensive battle back and forth in the second half as we get inside the 10-yard line with another positive gain. From here, we're going to hand it off to the big boy Kittle, who trucks and barely gets across the goal line on 3rd and goal, and we take the 7-point lead once again. Only 1:30 left on the clock here as my opponent has an opportunity for a money drive to tie up the game. I think this will be the last possession of the game. And to be honest, if he scores 7 here, I'm just hoping he doesn't go for 2. We take this bad boy into overtime. We get him into 4th and 6 at the 36-yard line, and this play right here is for the game. Danny Dimes got some pressure in his face, delivers a pass off the back foot, and miraculously, Tyreek Hill catches this. This honestly reminded me of the Super Bowl throw that Mahomes had to Tyreek, where it was off the back foot, threw a lob pass, and Tyreek was just so open on that little double move corner. He's able to make the catch and give my opponent the ball inside the 15-yard line with about 13 seconds on the clock. He rolls out here with Danny Dimes, looking for an open receiver, tries to fire one late, and my man Revis comes up big, gets the interception, and we're taking this one all the way back, baby. As the clock runs out, that's going to be GG's as we secure a victory in our final game, giving us a record of 20-5 on the weekend. So as you guys can see here, I speed ran my games on Thursday night. So I played them back to back to back to back to back to back. You can see Philly right there, 22-1. That was one of the guys we lost to, and you see us ranked right there at number 4 with 20 wins. Now, I actually think we ended up ranking somewhere in the 60 range, so we got the 50 to 75 rewards. The rewards were okay. I think I made about 500K, but overall, I did not have any big pulls. And if you guys want to see me play Weekend League, I will be playing tonight at twitch.tv/Mazomatic, so you guys can be there and watch how I finish this week's weekend.
Now I'm on the outside.